Okay, the rest of our family has abandoned us. So it's Claudia and I right now. My mom will be here in like 10 minutes probably. But for now, it's just Claudia and I. Kennedy forgot about the podcast, so she's probably still sleeping.
She's not sleeping. She gets up pretty early.
She does.
When she was here, she'd be up early. Like when we wake up, and I'm usually up downstairs by like 8.
8? That's not early.
I wake up early. Yes, I do.
I wake up when it's dark.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
I don't believe you.
Yes. Not this morning because we watched Lord of the Rings last night.
I wake up, I think this morning my eyes opened and it was like 6:50 something.
6:50.
Yeah, and then I just stay there because I don't have a reason to get up. Unless I do have a reason to get up. Some days I have a really early workout class at 8 or 8:30. Some days I have something else going on.
When it's too dark, I honestly feel terrible in the morning.
There's no point. You get up and you're like,
I can't even work when it's dark.
Sitting there
outside.
I've done that before when Jesse, I think it was when Jesse would get up at 5 a.m. for a video. One of the days I got up with him at 5 a.m. and I was like wanting to be productive, doing laundry, whatever. And then like it hit like 6 a.m. and I'm like, I'm so tired and I have nothing else to do right now. Like it's literally dark out. No one else is awake. Stores aren't open. Like there's nothing to do.
Yeah, I just pace around and drink coffee until it's light. Like I literally cannot work until it's light. I don't know why. Until the sun comes out.
What's the point of getting up then?
I don't know.
Get up when it's light out.
When I go to sleep early, I have to wake up at that time.
So wake up and just stay in bed.
I'm not the type of person, like I'm bad at, I can't just sit in bed and like stare at the ceiling and stuff and be like once I open my eyes, I'm like, I'm out of bed. Yeah. Kate will just be like laying in bed and I'll just like
I can for a little, but then I start to feel like really stale.
Like, do you and Jesse, when you wake up, ever just like lay in bed together for a while?
Hardly.
Yeah. I can't do that.
And literally he gets up, brushes his teeth, does his skincare, and is downstairs cooking eggs like 10 minutes after his eyes open. I think it's routine too. Like he'll be sometimes like, I'm not even hungry. I'm like, why are you making food? I can't eat like that. No,
I can't eat that early in the morning. I'm not even thinking about food.
No, I need like a good hour. I do like to wake up and like maybe I'll have like fruit or something, but then I need like a good hour before I can actually eat like a meal.
Yeah.
Like
I just live off of coffee in the morning. But honestly, sometimes I wake up, if I ate, I think I would feel sick. If I ate if I ate eggs, like eggs immediately, like as soon as you wake up.
I can understand that. When I woke up early for clinicals in school, I like could never eat breakfast that early. I would have to drink like hot tea.
Well, that's probably because you were like nervous.
Oh, I wasn't.
School was the worst because I would wake up and I would be like nervous to go because I hated it so much, and then I just wouldn't be hungry for the whole day.
Yeah, I was nervous. I was, especially this one clinical. It's burned into my brain. I hated this clinical instructor so much. Horrible. She traumatized me, and I literally would feel sick every morning. I would have to literally drink like hot stomach soothing tea every morning to try and get there and not want to throw up.
What did she do?
She just like was not someone who should be an educator. Like she would pick on people. Like if she knew that you weren't good at something, she would like force you to do it. Like I can't even explain it, but she would just like, if you could bully a student, that's what she would do to us. Like she would make us get there. Like clinicals started when a nurse gets on shift at 7 a.m. That's like your shift is 7 a.m. Sometimes I guess some start early to get like report from the night nurses. She would be like, you all need to be on the floor at like 6:30, looking through all the charts, writing down all your meds. And if you're not ready by this time, like you're going to get a clinical warning. And a clinical warning, you get 3 of them, you get kicked out of nursing school. So she would like threaten us. Like we didn't have to be there until we didn't have to be on the floor until 7 a.m. That is when our clinical started. And like, obviously we're not the nurses. It's not even like we have anything that we're allowed to do anyway. But she would literally be like, be out there at 6:30 and be prepared. Like whatever, like if I come to get you for meds and you're not ready, like, and to be ready for meds, you had to have, okay, some of these patients had 20 medications on their morning med list. We had to write every single one down, write what every single one did, what they were taking it for, what the proper dosing was, how you administer it, all on this chart. So I would have a chart like front and back filled out by like freaking 7 a.m. Like the clinical is supposed to just start now and I'm already done with this. Like I was terrified of her. I literally had a panic attack at clinical. I've never had a full on like.
So you had to take care of real people?
Yes, we were at the hospital.
Wow. I thought it was like training or something.
No. We were at the hospital, but like that's not even what was the scary part. It was literally just her. Like the nurses were all like normal. And I feel like when you're teaching someone and you want them to like learn something from you, you want to teach them in an environment where they feel like comfortable and safe to ask you questions. Like one of the other like nursing students, so like there's one med, it's like something similar to Miralax, and you have to have like a certain amount of water to mix it in, but it's like obviously it doesn't matter if it's not like the exact amount of water. The amount of water in the cup was off, and she like flipped out on this girl and made her like and I'm like listening from afar, like down the hallway, and I'm just like, literally, what the is wrong with this woman? And then she would like act like she like, when we go to like lunch or break or whatever, she would try to act like if she was like cool and like we liked her, and she's like, hey, you guys aren't scared of me or anything, like, are you, like that type of thing? And I'm just like, we're terrified of you, woman. Like every single one of us looked like we wanted to cry in the morning on the way to clinical.
She's probably like a dominatrix.
I don't know,
but like abusing people. She
was genuinely like, I've had instructors, you know, that are strict about some things and whatever, but she was genuinely like, I was terrified of her. I would cry the night before clinical, and then I'd wake up in the morning wanting to throw up. And then I nearly fainted. I was sitting in morning report, which is like all the nurses sit in one room and kind of just like talk about the unit. And as it was ending, I literally like started seeing just like white, and my ears were ringing. I couldn't hear, and I was like,
you had a panic attack? Yeah,
I walked out to her and I was like, I think I'm having like a panic attack or something, or like, I think I said, I think I'm gonna pass out. And she was like, made me like sit down and like took my vitals, whatever. And she was like, if that happens again, you're gonna have to go down to the ER, and then you're gonna miss clinical and have to make it up. And I was like, so it happened again later in the day. Like I was on the computer in the hallway, like they had these computers like attached to the walls. I'm on the computer and I felt it happening, and I was like, I can't tell her because I'm not going to the ER and missing this clinical and having to make it up. So I literally like made my way to the bathroom, and the bathroom on the floor, they're locked. So I'm like barely able to see, like putting this pin in on this door to get it open. And then finally I got in the bathroom, I like shut the door and locked it, and just like slid down against the wall and sat there for like 5 minutes until I was like able to see again. And then I was like, okay, now I can go back out. But yeah, it was horrible. That was one of the worst experiences.
I would get that feeling during wrestling tournaments because Dad was so obsessed with me winning every tournament. Yeah, so you were
fucking terrified to do it and not do well.
Yeah, I first off, I gave absolutely zero about wrestling. I only did it because Dad wanted me to do it. I gave zero. And then on top of that, the tournaments would be 12 hours in a day, and you'd have to wrestle so many people. And I would always beat the people in the beginning because they're like, it was just easy. They put you with easier people. But then you get to like the higher ranks or whatever in the tournament, and I would be like freaking out, like, I don't want to do this, because I would put it in my head that I was going to just lose because these kids were so good.
That's actually horrible. Yeah, I will never do that to my kids. I would
kind of make myself lose because I would make myself ill before I would have my match, and then Dad would freak out anyway. So it was like a lose.
That makes me want to beat the out of Dad.
I feel like it's like 2000s Dad vibes.
Yeah, but it's because it's like they didn't get to like be the best whatever, so they want their son to be the best. And I'm like, I can't imagine doing that. I will never ever, and I know Jesse wouldn't either, put my kid in something that they don't enjoy and then also like force them to do it even if they like clearly hate it. Like, yeah. I think there's a healthy push to be like,
there's a healthy medium, because I definitely wouldn't have not done sports if it wasn't for Dad. So it did like,
yeah, but look at you now, you didn't need sports.
It didn't push me out of my comfort zone. Yeah, but at the same time, I'm not like a sports competition person. Like, I don't care. Like, I don't see the I know I get it. People love sports. They love the competition. It doesn't make sense to me. Like, I don't care to go like play football and be like, yeah, won.
Yeah, but I feel like there's something for every kid though. So if you're not enjoying it, he should have put you in something that you did enjoy, like building little robots or something.
Well, he would have never done that because he didn't enjoy it.
Meanwhile, he didn't play sports.
I was building like, I remember I was so obsessed with Call of Duty that I built like an entire website and chat room, and I was like 12, and I had this entire community that I built out, and then he took the game away from me, and I lost the whole community. I built this whole website and some other kid took it over. I was like,
that's
what
so the up, because you could have ended up being one of those YouTubers that started in like way early.
This was before YouTube YouTube just existed. There was no Twitch. There was no streaming. There was nothing.
See, but that's what I'm saying. That if instead of pushing you in a direction of something you clearly hated, if he would have pushed you in the direction of something you actually enjoyed.
Well, I don't even think it registered in his head. That was the thing. Like, I don't think he saw gaming as like a distraction and like worthless or whatever. But it wasn't gaming. I wasn't just sitting there being like I was doing stuff outside of it.
A lot of people see gaming as the same value as off.
Yeah. Well, okay. It can be, but
except for the fact that there are people now that make millions of dollars Twitch streaming and being gamers.
Make millions of dollars off too.
I mean, I guess so, but
wait, can you make millions of dollars off?
Sure.
I don't know about millions. Maybe if you're on
I don't know, as a
OnlyFans or
guy.
something. Yeah, but then
Not
you have to
even
like
as a
build
guy.
up. I don't know.
Oh, you know who might? That 2-turn Tony guy doesn't even OnlyFans. He's pretty popular.
He doesn't do that on there.
I think he shows his.
Really?
I'm pretty
He
sure.
also hangs out with stars, so I don't know what he does, but
That's pretty crazy. If you are making millions as a
I
guy
don't see
showing
him
your.
do that because he's very like prevalent on like TikTok and stuff. Like I just don't feel like he would.
well, he also opens like a lot of his shorts, being like, "All right, here's my money I made this month."
I mean, more power to him, I guess. Like, if you can do that and have the balls to do that, then I don't know, go for it. But anyway, I think gaming can be very bad. It's the same thing as like if you like drink too much or any other addiction. It can be really terrible. But there's other there's the community building aspect. You can make money from it, from streaming and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know. You talk
Honestly,
to your kid
no.
and be like, hey, what are you actually doing with this?
Yeah, but it's not even that. But it's more just like if you actually take interest and pay attention and sit there and like listen and watch what they're doing and not just be like upstairs thinking your kid's downstairs is doing whatever. Like if you're active in their life, then you'll know what it is that they like.
Yeah.
He easily could have known that.
Yeah, he didn't care.
Too much.
Look who's late. You don't need
don't have to
you
wear
don't
the
need the
headphones.
headphones.
You can put them
Kenny's
on the
not here
floor.
today.
Aw.
Kenny forgot too.
Put them on the floor.
I know. I don't know why.
What's with you guys?
I don't know why I forgot.
What's with the memory loss?
I was
At least you're ready.
Mom, you need more magnesium.
no. I was focused on going to the gym.
Oh, well, you can go after this.
Well, yeah,
That's
you
why I'm
can go
dressed
after.
like this because I was getting ready
Is this
to go.
Buff Bunny?
Yeah, isn't it cute?
Yeah, I mean, it looks like
So
nice.
cute. Yeah, it's really nice. I wish I got it smaller though, a little
No,
smaller.
it looks good oversized.
Why don't you work out here? Jesse and I are going to work out.
because they don't have the inner and outer thigh machine, and I need that for my workout today.
Unfortunately, but we did get 3 new machines.
Well, I saw the pitch shark thing.
Yeah, they
We
got more stuff.
Well, he got like gifted
Cool.
them from Gronk. Gronk has like a fitness line.
It's such a weird name.
Rob Gronkowski. Gronk. Rob. His name's Rob. He has like a somewhere in between commercial and home gym equipment type stuff. Like it's nice, but it's not like commercial grade, I guess, necessarily. But he gave Jesse like a pitch shark machine. It's not as crazy as the one at Brick, but it still works
Yeah,
the same.
I've seen it.
That one, a calf machine, and then yesterday we got built the it's kind of like a kickback machine. You like put your leg in the strap and bend over the platform, and then you like can kick your legs back up.
I looked at the pit shark and I didn't know how to do it. Like
Look at Moose digging herself a hole in that blanket.
oh yeah.
No,
there's a belt on there.
Yeah. So there's 2 platforms, and you stand on the 2 platforms, and then there's like a belt, but you can also hook the little handlebar to it.
Yeah, you have
the
to show me
chain.
how to do it because I was trying to. Dakota
It's really
was trying
good
to do it
for,
too, and she couldn't do it.
I
She
like
was
it a
"What
lot
is
for
this? How do you do
deadlifts.
this?" I'm like, I don't know.
For deadlifts and for
Yeah.
belt squats if you
Well,
like
it's
want to
better for
do
your
those.
back, right?
Well, yeah,
Well, it's good
not-
for your back because, like, do you do squats with the free bar?
Yeah. No.
It can-
only if
it
the
kinda
Smith
like-
machine's not available.
Yeah, it kind of like compresses your spine a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Especially if you're going really heavy. I mean, you're not going like super heavy.
So many
but-
people
Yeah.
now, I've noticed, like I just recently saw a girl saying this, that she hasn't done back squats in years, and like I really don't do them anymore either. I barely do. I do them when I'm doing like I do them when I have the Smith machine, but other than that, I
Rosie.
don't squat like that. just because it's too. I used to do like really heavy. Like I would do like a 45 and a 25 on each side or
I don't
something.
know.
You could do 185 squats.
She took
At
me
one point,
your
yeah.
weight.
She was like,
That's
come
pretty
work out with
good.
me. So I was like, okay, fine. And she's trying to get me to do like all this heavy weight. And I was like, Claudia, like, I'm so much older than you. I cannot do this. She, yes, you can. Do it.
Yeah, but you know what?
It's
Back
like
in the
missing part of her spine
back
trying to
when
get
you
these squats.
back when you first started going to the gym that we go to now, you would tell me you couldn't do this, you
I
couldn't
know,
do
I know,
that,
I know.
and
I
look
do
at you now.
so
Now you
much
can do
more
it so
weight
much
now.
more.
Yeah.
She used to not be able to do RDLs. Like her form was it was so hard to get her to proper form, and then she started doing them. And now she does a perfect form every time, and it made a huge difference.
It does. It did. It made a big difference in like my waist and my lower back and the strength and all that stuff.
Yeah,
So,
and your butt.
yeah,
Was like,
yeah, exactly. It's grown a lot.
yeah.
So that's good.
People are stronger than they think. You just have to have good form so you don't get hurt.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she had to like
exactly.
learn the form of it all, but once she did, now
I went
And
I went to the gym with Dad like 2 days ago. I went to
Really?
his gym in Pennsylvania.
Oh, he has to be careful too.
I'm shocked.
He's
He
pretty
doesn't do squats or deadlifts anymore.
Okay.
No, he doesn't do anything that's like bad for his spine or back, but he's still pretty strong for how old he is.
Yeah, because I remember when I met him, him and his friends were doing regular squats with bars, and they would go like all the way down, like their butts would go all the way down to the ground
And he
and back
wouldn't.
up again. And I'm like,
With Dad.
that just does not look right.
Yeah, but that's probably why he can't do it now.
I was like, that's gonna screw his
Oh,
knees
Dad would
up.
go that low?
Yeah.
He'd go really low with all the heavy weight.
I told
And I'm
Jesse.
like, they're doing bad form.
Jesse
Like,
doesn't do
that's
it
not-
anymore either. He can't. His spine's already up.
Yeah, you have to be really careful if you're doing heavy weight like that.
How was his gym?
It's like average, I would say. I don't know. It's like the gym's in the middle of nowhere. It's like in Pennsylvania, and it's pretty old. It's a YMCA. But
Oh God, he's officially old now. Definitely.
Apparently, a lot of young people go there.
no, it was all young people. There was a few old people, but like
Did anyone say hi to you?
no. But like I can kind of like sense when people know.
When they're
People know who
looking?
Dad is. They've
Yeah.
come up to him in that gym, so I like sense it because you can see them like looking.
That's so weird.
Some people just don't say anything.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I wonder how many people want to say something and don't versus the people who just don't care. Like I went rock climbing
yeah.
with Kate, and this kid, super nice, came up and like said hi to us and stuff. But it's usually the people who are really extroverted.
Yeah.
Like most people will kind of just like you like
yeah.
sense it. You know when you like feel that like somebody's
definitely.
looking at you.
I was at the gym not
Yes.
long ago.
and then you look and you connect
And you're
eyes,
like-
and then they go like this right
There was
after.
like 3 girls sitting there kept turning around while I'm on the elliptical, and I'm like, why don't they just say hi already? Like I'm
Yeah.
on the elliptical, I can't do anything. I'm not going to go over to them, and I'm like, they looked so scared.
Well, that's the thing.
Well, it's
if
either
you're
that-
listening, if you see me in public, you can say hi to me because I honestly like.
Yeah,
I
I
think it's
don't
cool when
mind.
people do it. And for example, I was at Kate's apartment. I woke up super early because sometimes I just go work in her, and they have like a lobby area, and I'll go work. And these 2 girls were there, and they were drunk from the night before, and it was
Oh
like
my
6:30 a.m.
God.
And they came up to me and were like, "I listened to the podcast and this and this," and I ended up talking to them for like 20 minutes.
That's hilarious.
But they were drunk, and I'd be like, "Are you guys? How drunk are you right now?" And they'd be like, "Shh." So like the person sitting at the front desk didn't like hear theirs. I was like, "No one cares. You're not."
That
like,
is so funny
funny.
that you're waking up for the morning and then they're.
yeah, I was like,
Hadn't
dude,
even gone to
I'm like,
bed.
I feel old now because that would have been me like 10 years
Yes,
ago.
but isn't it such a good feeling to be like,
yeah,
I'm not hungover.
I know. Yeah, to be like, I know you're gonna feel like that sucks. I'm glad I don't feel like.
and you're like, I'm refreshed. I slept a full night's sleep. Like that feeling to me will trump the feeling of being hungover and like feeling like shit and like a zombie and like you ruined your whole day every single time.
Well, that's why
I don't know. I have one of those bad days every like I guess once a year.
Yeah,
to remind me.
Even when I drink like a bottle of wine or something, I feel a lot slower the day after. So now I'm like just really careful about. See, I still like
maybe
drinking
that's
once
why
in a
I had
while.
2 glasses of wine last night.
Yeah,
that's why my
exactly.
memory failed.
Yeah, no,
You literally just wrote saying like reminding us.
it
And
makes
I
you
was like,
stupider. It just does.
does.
Like the
Yeah.
next day, your IQ probably drops like a few points, and you have to deal with it.
I
and you're
literally
cloudy.
like love just feeling refreshed
Yeah,
and good.
but I
and-
love my wine too.
because it can be really
And
fun too.
whiskey.
So you got to know if you're gonna do it. You got to be selective with the days that you're doing. You got to know the next day you're not gonna be all there. You're gonna be a little bit off. So you have to be okay
Yeah, but I
with
just
that.
hate that.
I know. No,
Like,
I
yeah,
don't hate
wine in the
that.
moment is fun, but like, we were in New York for the weekend, and the first night I think it was, we went to a dinner, and I had a glass of wine, and obviously you have one, then you're like, oh, I want another one because I'm like feeling so good. And then I got another one, and I was like, I wasted the whole thing. I didn't even drink it because I was like, this is such a bad idea. I'm gonna feel terrible tomorrow. And even just from having one, I think from having one and then also just being like way tired and not sleeping in my bed, like, this is a side note, but maybe this is an unpopular opinion. I hate hotel beds and hotel pillows.
Really?
They fucking suck.
Oh my
they
God.
suck.
You haven't been to the right hotel.
Right.
I have been to so many hotels, and these pillows, your head
always
sinks
so
all the
good.
way in. I'm
like
nearly
thin?
on the. No, they're just like feathery.
Oh.
Your head just sinks in. I'm like, my
I've never
pillows
had
are
that
like.
experience.
You can say, vouch for me. My bed is so comfortable.
Yeah, your bed is very comfortable.
My pillows are like perfect, like the perfect fluffy softness. They're
Yeah.
not too flat. They're not too hard. But
Where you get your pillows from?
Amazon.
But you know what's
send me
funny
the
though? I remember looking up hotel pillows because I loved my hotel pillows.
I fucking hate those feather
And
pillows.
they literally have hotel pillows.
So they're just the ones where your head like sinks all the way
yes,
into
because
it.
they're like
Back on a hotel.
Really?
they're like expensive, like down, like feather down pillows. But like in my opinion, I'm like, what kind of pillow is this? You put your head on, and it just literally like sinks all the way. I'm nearly on the mattress.
Wow, I never had that. I don't know.
I wanted to get a good pillow, so I started doing pillow research. And there was so many different pillows that I just stopped.
know.
I'm like, I'm not gonna invest
You
as
should
much
have asked
time.
overwhelming.
me. My pillow. I'm telling you, these pillows, they're affordable. They come in a pack of 2, and they're just the best.
I
I've
ended
been
up
using
buying
them for
them
years.
after I left her house
Yeah,
last time.
Can you send me a link? I've been using the same pillow, I think, for like the
But you have
last
to
like
use
8
two
years.
because you got to put
That's
them
I
together.
put one behind, and then I have one in front. But like, they're
I don't know.
just
There's
so
something about your bed
comfortable.
though. I think it's the backboard too, because
Oh.
it's like makes it. Because mine's
It's
I don't have a
soft.
backboard, a headboard, so I'd use the wall, and it's harder. And hers is just like a bouncier, I think.
Boy,
Bounce your-
soft.
well, here's a question:
Maybe.
do you like your sheets crunchy or like soft and silky?
I don't
crunchy
have
sheets are
sheets.
No,
Dude,
you
listen to
mean
this.
linen. Do you mean linen?
Well, Kate ordered me sheets from Brook Linen
Yeah.
because we like I forget what happened to. Oh, my other sheets are like shredding apart or something. I don't know. So she ordered me sheets from Brook Linen. They're like $1,000 first off.
I know, they're so expensive. They're not $1,000. They're like $300.
They're not bad. They have good sheets, but she ordered the cheapest version of what they have for sheets, and they're like hard and crunchy.
Well, it depends on the type that you get because they have linen, like a washed linen one that is like this soft. I can't explain the
That's-
material.
Yeah, they're softer.
Well,
Yeah,
there's
but
the
no,
cheaper
they're not like that
ones.
silky material. The linen ones that I've gotten, they like the more you wash them, the softer
Yeah, I was
they
gonna
get.
say, have you washed them
Those
yet?
are those striped, pinstriped ones that I have.
It doesn't work.
You
They're
might have
crunchy.
gotten yes because they have a kind that I
You mean
don't
rough?
like.
They're rough. Yeah, I'm like
You have to pay attention to the material. No, I got
they
these
crunch.
sheets.
Not they don't crunch
You
like
just got new
crackers or
ones. You used to
something.
have the other
Those ones are
wrinkly
really
ones,
nice,
and now
right?
you got silky ones.
So I got
yeah.
these.
Wrinkly,
I
that's
got
a
these
good-
ones.
yeah.
I think the website is
Wrinkly?
called Cozy Earth.
Yeah,
I
hers were
think.
really soft.
But I got them. They're expensive, but they are so soft, like high quality. Not like cottony soft. They're like this almost silky soft material, but they're like amazing. I think I don't know what they're made out of, but they're so nice. So I like those, and then I like the ones from Brooklyn and that are actual like washed linen. They're like this worn linen soft material. Like I can't
even
explain
You
use
it.
just research like home goods stuff all day.
She might. I don't.
Like where do you like find the stuff? Because here's the problem.
She's amazing
Here's
at
the problem
finding
that
stuff like
exists
this.
nowadays. If you want like a simple product, like a sheet, right? You would think you just go and like type sheet into Amazon. There's like one good sheet. And it's
No.
like, oh, that's the great. There's like
you just
5
have to read the
million
reviews.
sheets
You have to take the time to read all the reviews.
Yeah, but not
That's
even
what
that.
people
First
say.
of all, I wouldn't.
through 800 products.
At this point, I wouldn't get sheets off Amazon because I've tried the most expensive, like nicest, highest quality, whatever, and I know what is actually the best.
Mm-hmm.
And they really are the best for a reason. Like I sleep so good in the expensive sheets.
I literally do not have sheets. I sleep on top of my comforter.
You sleep
Yeah,
on
that
top.
is just so bizarre to me. Mom doesn't pull the
Yeah.
blanket off her bed; she just lays
And
on
you know
it.
what's even weirder? When Dakota, when I first met Dakota, she did the same thing.
Wait, so you would sleep
We
on top
sleep
of the
on
bed?
top of
She's
without
always
any
done it.
blanket?
It's so weird.
With a blanket on top of us.
Why
So we
wouldn't you
just
get
put
in
a
the blanket?
Because we
What's
don't want to
the
make.
point?
I don't want to make the bed.
That is a little odd.
So you're not
I
using
literally
your
don't.
bed because you don't want to make
Yeah,
it?
I don't. I get up and all I do is fold the blanket and the bed's made.
See, I can't understand that because nothing. I love like crawling in, like it's like a little envelope. and you like tuck yourself
that
into
too
it.
sometimes. I mean,
Well, you sleep that way here.
and then I get too hot. I end up having to throw everything
No, I
off
never get
anyway.
too
I can't
hot.
stand
It's
it. I was
perfect.
hot here at one point.
You have to turn the air down.
I couldn't. Where is that? It right there?
No, we have one in our room on the
Okay.
wall.
You gotta sleep naked.
No, I
No.
don't do
Did
that.
they sleep naked back then, or
No.
did they wear like tunics and stuff?
Brandon, what happens if the house caught on
Nightgowns.
fire? You'd have to run out
No,
naked.
I don't find comfort sleeping
I
What's
don't
wrong
get
naked.
with
that
that?
either.
Like I like having like I need like I don't like to wear like heavy clothes, but I wear like a tank top and little shorts. But like
Nah, something
about
that you'd
sleeping
be
naked
okay
feels
caught
weird.
outside with your neighbors. If you needed to run outside for some reason.
I would just put a robe on if I did sleep naked, but I don't.
Your
Yeah,
neighborhood. So in New York, they have these like nude bike rides. It's either New York or LA somewhere. They ride bikes completely naked. I forget where it is.
Feel uncomfortable getting
Yeah.
on a bike seat.
Ew,
You guys should
yeah.
have that for your neighborhood. So you should contact the homeowners association and
Okay.
see if you can have a naked bike. You could do it for your
I was
neighborhood
going
too.
to say
I don't
I could
know if
body
you would want to
paint.
see a
I
bunch
think
of naked
somebody
people from your
contacted me to
neighborhood.
body
But
paint them for that, for something.
That's how to get arrested. We have
With
kids in
a
our
nude,
neighborhood.
it was like a nude top. What?
So that's how to get arrested. We have kids in our neighborhood.
what are the laws for nudity like that? Are you allowed to go?
New York. Yeah,
So
New
you
York,
can be
you're
completely
allowed.
nude.
You're allowed to be topless for sure. Like anyone can.
Yeah.
And I don't know about
Really? Wow.
I've seen people topless in New York before in public.
Well, we already did a body paint thing with a
I
girl
saw-
that was, remember? She wasn't painted in the back and she was painted in the front. And she just had a thong
yeah,
on.
but that's different. I mean like boobs
She's
out.
literally
New
walking on the
York,
public
out.
streets.
I saw Emily Ratajkowski on the street.
You did?
Oh yeah.
Who's
Because
that?
we were
Believe
getting
Is that a model?
Emrata.
Yeah,
You know
I
who
read
she
her
is?
book.
She was in like the Blurred Lines music video back then.
Did you
and,
go up
like,
to her and dab her up?
No.
Like, what's up,
Does
Emily?
she look just as perfect?
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet.
I was getting like
What's her name? Emily Ratajkowski.
Ratajkowski. I was getting coffee and breakfast in the morning with Jesse. We were in Soho, like on the street, and I'm just like kind of like daydreaming, and like these two girls are walking by, and I'm kind of just like, I guess I just kind of like look at people up and down like normally. I don't know, like I try not to stare, but I guess I just like glanced at her, and I was like, damn, she looks like she'd be like a Kardashian or something. And then I was like, wait a second. I was like, oh my god, that's definitely Emily Ratajkowski. And then I like heard her voice, like she sounds very like Valley Girl.
Oh yeah.
But you could just tell that someone's like famous, like she had sunglasses on, and then like it's almost like the more odd of clothing they have on because it's like not normal things that any like normal person would wear, but like she looks good in it obviously, but it was just like she just looked expensive. Like that's the best way I can put it. But like
Did she have bodyguards?
no, she was just with a friend, like casually walking to get
How does that work? How
bagels.
famous do you have to be before you have to go in public with a bodyguard?
I think that's one of those scenarios where she probably walked out and was like, it's like a quiet morning. There wasn't many people. There was not a lot of people on the street. Like in Soho, it's very quiet. And like, especially that
so
street
no
we were
one was
on.
coming up to her or anything?
No, she was just like literally just walking with her friend, like straight to the bagel store.
I mean, is
and
she
then
the
straight
type
back.
of person at this point where paparazzi even cares?
I'm
I
sure,
don't know.
yeah.
You do?
Yeah. But I think because like, you have to think of it this way. Like if you go somewhere, no one knows that you're there. I mean, she might live there. I have no idea. She might have like an
Most
apartment
people
there.
probably don't even recognize her.
But I just don't think, but people in New York, they're not looking around to see what famous people are around them. Like everyone is busy in their own head doing their own thing. Like I might have been the only person, like there was maybe 5 other people around us waiting in line to get food. She like walked right by with her friend and I'm like, no one else probably looked at her and recognized her. But it's not because she's not like super famous, but it's just because everyone else is busy doing their own thing. They don't care. And then I told Jesse about it and he's like, really? Where? And then she comes walking back the other direction. He's like, oh my God, like out loud. I'm like, shut the fuck up, bro.
But like, here's the thing: if like Angelina Jolie or like Justin Bieber
Yeah,
or like
that's-
Adam Sandler
Yes.
go into a coffee shop, everyone's like, "Oh my
Yes,
god!"
but also if you have to think of it this way: if they have sunglasses on, they're like basically fully covered. Like she was wearing like a button-down shirt that was like she had no defining features on her that like
Yeah.
anyone would necessarily pick out whether she's just like a really pretty girl or like
So she's trying to like.
she was
hide.
trying to be like low key. Like I could
Right.
tell she had sunglasses on. She was walking fast, and she was just like, I feel like she, you know, like when you're doing that, like it's like Kylie Jenner. I've seen she goes out with her best friend Stas, and they'll go to like Rite Aid or something, or like Cheesecake Factory, and I'm sure people notice them. She might even have bodyguards with her that she doesn't show, but like
They're like hidden
she'll
undercover.
just put like a hood
I would
on
hate
and
that.
sunglasses and be in the store, and like the old woman next to them, I'm sorry, is not recognizing her. Like they don't like these people are in their own world. Like
Right.
especially if you live in LA or New York, I feel like you're not really worried about what famous person is around
What do you think she's trying to do in Rite Aid?
Well, they were filming. No, it was like
No, I'm
Walgreens or
curious
something.
because half the store is probably her product.
No, it isn't.
Like in the makeup section. Yeah.
No, she was in there.
They don't sell Kylie Cosmetics
I mean, they
there.
have toilet
No,
paper there.
they were
and
in there,
sunscreen.
Kylie toilet paper?
No, she was vlogging like with her friend. They were like filming. She was trying to get something. Her friend needed something for her back or whatever. I don't know. She had like back pain. They were like looking for
I
something.
mean,
but
they could
were
need
filming
tampons or something.
And they were like being
Motrin.
funny. Like I'm sure she doesn't typically
are a
go
lot
there.
of celebrities turning into like YouTubers and vloggers now? Aren't they starting like YouTube channels?
And podcasts.
I know Jesse told me that. I
Maybe
think.
some.
Well, everyone is a podcast now. Look at us.
Podcasts.
I just think, I don't know. I think that's like the thing. I think no matter who you are, if you're on the internet and you see someone filming something and you're like, oh, that's fun. Like I kind of want to do that. Especially if you have an audience, like why wouldn't you want to do it? Like Kylie Jenner will film her, like I said, her and her best friend going to like Cheesecake Factory and filming them eating all this food, or like she got crumble and they filmed in the car, like them trying all the crumble cookies. So it's like,
Oh, really?
it's like, yeah, like if that's like the trendy things and people are doing that, like why wouldn't you want to be able to do it too?
I'm surprised she doesn't have like a PR team. Maybe she does have a
She
PR team who like
definitely
reviews her
does.
videos before they get posted and stuff. Like, okay, Kylie, got to cut this out. We can't have people hearing
Maybe
about
to a
this.
point, but also like I think if it's like a pretty safe thing, she's probably just like, who cares? Like I'm just
Yeah.
gonna post it. Yeah, she probably sends it
No.
to someone.
Can you
Maybe
imagine?
she does. Who knows? Maybe she
Yeah,
has
right.
a ton of
Doubt it.
time.
She might.
Well, that's wild to me that has like $1 billion cosmetic company and it has enough time to vlog and go to Crumble Cookie.
I mean, it's her life. It's
She
what
has
she
to live
likes
her
do.
life too.
She must have a big ass team managing that
She
company.
definitely does.
Can you
Yeah, she-
imagine though being stuck in one area, not feeling safe to go out and like
Yeah, she has to
explore and
do
stuff
things.
like normal people do?
Well, that's definitely the
suck.
downside of being famous. You completely lose your
Yeah.
freedom. But it's the sacrifice you're kind of making by
Put a
fame.
wig
It's a trade-off.
on and night dress like
That's what
completely
I'm saying.
different.
I was telling Kenny, I was like, there's definitely celebrities that fully change their appearance
yeah.
just to go out and live their life.
Definitely.
And no one knows because you wouldn't know it's them.
Imagine
Right.
having a schedule, like an itinerary of things you have to do that day, and then someone stops you and you feel like saying no.
Yeah, I mean, I've like seen. So while we were in New York, we went there for Jesse's Gymshark event, and he had a meet and greet. And I think this might have been one of the first events, which like he's had ones like this before, but one of the first ones where genuinely he just couldn't go down and walk around like aimlessly like anyone else. And when he did go down, like either they would have like some of the people from the Gymshark team like escort him to his meet and greet or whatever, but like there was like one point he was supposed to be, they had like a gym outside and there was PR cages where basically like people could go and hit their PR. And there was like one for bench.
I remember.
One
Yeah, I know what you're
deadlift.
talking about.
Yeah, and he was supposed to be at one of them, but there was like no one around to like, you know, like walk him there, like tell him where he's supposed to be. So I was like, come on, we'll just go find it, whatever. So I literally like hooked his arm and just started like speed running through the crowd. I'm like, anyone that tries to stop him won't be able to because I'm walking too damn fast. But yeah, it was actually like the craziest thing to see. Like he had his meet and greet was like 2 hours and there was a full entire long line for 2 hours every single
Oh my
time.
God.
I believe it.
Yeah, and like to the point where like the second day they had to like cut the line off and like stop people from getting in it
Damn.
because his time was about to be over. And like 2 hours is a long fucking time of standing up there and like meeting people. But yeah, it was
What if
crazy.
he had to pee? He has to pee a lot.
He was fine,
Mom, they give you a
surprisingly.
pee cup for the meet and greets.
Okay.
No, he was all right. But
Would they let you go?
the first day, so
Be like, hold on, he's got to take a bathroom break. He'll be back in 5 minutes.
he would if he needed to. Like he would stop and take a drink.
Usually
or something.
Jesse's got to go like all the time. He's like me. I love traveling with him.
No, he was all right. But the first day, so like they have 2 meet and greet sections and one of them is bigger. Like they'll have individual lines for each person. I guess it's more for like the people that they know are going to have crazy long lines. But Jesse's was in this group that had like 5 to 7 people like up on the board, like their names. And the first day there was like, so it was one line, like one long zigzag line. And I'm like, it didn't really make sense. Cause I'm like, first of all these people probably have different audiences, and if someone's in the line for so and so,
they gotta wait. That's so.
yeah,
Oh, yeah,
it
that's
didn't
weird.
make any sense.
Unorganized,
But like, I
yeah.
guess because maybe they wanted to like, they didn't. I don't know what. Maybe they were just like feeling it out to see how it was gonna go, or like how many people would actually show up for Jesse. Obviously, this was like his first meet and greet with them, so like, But apparently like the worker people were saying like everyone in the line is here for you. And so then the next day they separated his line off. So it was like one thing. But I'm like, it's just crazy. Like, it's so wild to see that. Like, I would just sit there by the meet and greet the whole time, like either on the side of it or like
wait. The other people were who else was there?
It was like other fitness people, and they had their own people too.
I was
like,
gonna say, did anybody go to their line?
The first day didn't make sense because I'm like, it was just mixing all these people up, and like they all have different audiences. So like one person might not be.
If you're like in line for some person, but like there's like 400 people in front of you for Jesse, you gotta wait for all 400 before.
So that's why it didn't make any sense.
Wrong.
So then the next
day,
day,
had like 5 separate lines or whatever.
The next day they actually like broke it up more. But like I can understand if maybe there's like 10 people for one person, 10 people for another person, or like these people have both like all the people that are like up there. They like want to. You know what I
would feel so dumb if I was one of the people there.
Literally, I was
and
like,
then look next to Jesse, and Jesse's got this long line. I have like 5 people.
I wouldn't want to have a meet and greet because I wouldn't want to be standing there with nobody in my line.
Maybe that's why they did that. Maybe they did the long line to make it feel like.
I think that is why.
But then they realized
that happens a lot at like VidCons and stuff. So you have like TikTokers and then YouTubers, and YouTubers, obviously your audience is like more connected with you as a YouTuber. So they had way longer lines, and then the TikTokers had like no one in their lines because they're like
terrible.
They do like dance.
Yeah, but then you're like standing there like this like freaking.
I would hate that.
Mockery.
I would not want to be
like
there.
I was like, I don't think I would want to have one. Like I did have people that would come find me, and like. Well, I would just kind of stand by Jesse's, and like I guess they knew like they'd probably find me somewhere around Jesse's meet and greet, but it was not enough people to have a freaking line.
Did you have people looking specifically for you then?
There was like maybe a few different girls that were like, I came here for you because they knew I was going to be there.
Okay.
There was 2 really sweet girls at the last day that it was funny because so like where all the athletes and stuff was you go up like 2 flights of stairs and you're on this like balcony that can kind of look over the entire event. So it was really cool because you could like watch the event happening, but you didn't have to be down there. And I was like, it was towards like the end of the second day, which was like the last day of it. And I see these 2 girls like down there, and one of them like waved, and I'm like, Kenny was like, is she waving at us? And I was like, probably not. Like, I don't think so. Maybe she's waving at someone like down there below us or something. So I like just didn't like wave back, whatever, but I like kept looking, and I'm like, she looks like she's like looking right in my direction, but she's like down in a crowd. So I was like, she's kind of far. And I just like, whatever, that was it. And then Jesse wanted to go down like towards the stairs to like, I don't know, like he wanted to finish his vlog and like sign things for people, whatever. So he was doing that, and I like followed him down, and then I see the 2 girls at the end of the stairs, and they're like waving at me, and I was like, oh my God. So I went down, and she was like, we came here to see you, and like
Aww.
We were like hoping we would get to see you like before the event was over or whatever. And it was so sweet. I was like, you guys made my day. But yeah, they were so nice.
The girls you posted on your story?
No.
Oh, I saw you
posted
on your story. Yeah,
I posted. There was a couple different people. There was like some girls that posted stories, but
I thought it was funny when you sent me the picture of you and Kendi. How Kendi's just wearing like Gymshark clothes.
I know.
Did people think she was an athlete? Because like,
no, I think they knew she wasn't.
She could be because she's just naturally like lean.
Yeah, but she's thin. Then like, I mean, I guess they have.
I've seen
with you guys, so she probably looks important.
No, I think people. It was funny because a lot of like, I feel like people know who Kennedy is though. Like, if you are in the social media world, you probably have seen her once or twice, like on TikTok, whatever.
Yeah.
Like some of the other girls that I know that are on like the Gymshark team.
I've just seen her. Like,
yeah, they like came and said hi and whatever. Because like, well, I feel like if you follow me, you probably know who she is. You've seen her on my stuff too, or you follow her too. But
I feel like the Gymshark athletes have so much muscle. Every time I see them,
a lot of them do, but there's some that are just like more like me, that like I have muscle, but it's not like anything insane. I
think those companies try to recruit people with who have variety, so it's not like all really muscular girls. It'll be like a muscular girl and then like maybe like a leaner girl.
They look really muscular to me. So when I
feel like they, as a company, they do
like buff.
The girls
both.
are well,
no, I don't think
they
it's
have like Gymshark lifting. It's like a category, and then like the girls are going to be pretty big because they're like lifting heavy ass weights.
Yeah, but there's also just like the girls like me that are like very fit and in great shape. But
I don't usually see them for some reason.
I don't know what you're looking at.
I don't know.
Do you even follow the Gymshark account?
Yeah, sometimes the ads pop up.
Well, that's probably not the athlete.
Did Sebum have a line?
He wasn't there.
A meet and greet. Yeah,
wasn't
I feel
there.
like he wouldn't be the type of person who would want to do a meet and greet.
Well, he probably would have come, but he's I think 4 weeks out or something from
Oh, he's competing still.
Olympia. Yeah. So he was not there for that. Also, I think it was like he literally joined Gymshark and like the event was like a week later.
Mom, you should enter one of those
okay,
bodybuilding.
yeah,
I feel like you would
sure.
up at your age. You would just dominate the competition. Yeah, for women.
Yes, there is.
You would probably dominate.
Those women who are over 50 are not.
I see
I'm
some
not
women
gonna
in the
compete with
gym.
them.
Their body fat percentage must be as
strong.
low as mine. Like this one
Yeah,
woman,
they're
she
strong.
goes on the Stairmaster forever, and she must like try to do a tricep workout, so she'll push down like this. And I walk by her, and she's like, her skin is so thin, and she's so
Yeah.
lean. I'm like, this can't be that healthy as a woman to have like absolutely zero fat.
I would not want that.
It's impressive.
Well, it doesn't matter at that point because you're not getting your period anymore.
I mean,
Well,
yeah,
competing
it's definitely not.
isn't super healthy anyway.
No, I wouldn't want that extreme diet, even though
I think it's more about the challenge, like overcoming the.
I am
it's a
changing
sport.
my
diet,
It's just
though,
like any
lately.
sport that's like it can be obviously not every part of it is like healthy and good for you, but
Well, I like the fact that they are disciplined with the food. So like that's why I'm
But
trying
it's
more.
extreme. It's
I'm
like-
trying
It's a
more
little too much for
protein.
me.
Yeah,
well,
it's like
I think
no
my
enjoyment.
diet right now is extreme for protein, which I don't think the normal person would want to eat
What?
chicken
Why?
all the time like that.
What
I'm
do you-
just
what do you
doing it
mean?
because I feel like it helps build the muscle, and I'm trying
well, you
to
can
see
get
like
protein
lower
in a million
carbs.
different ways. It doesn't have to just be chicken.
Oh, you're eating more protein than you used to.
Yeah, like protein in the morning.
Like, are you measuring it? Or are you just like doing
No,
it by feel?
I'm just doing what my body wants and feels. But then I'm trying not to eat like any fried, any like bread.
I've actually stopped.
That's good.
Well, I still
Yeah.
do eat bread because I feel like I need it, but I
crave
have
it.
definitely stopped eating certain things like that make me feel shitty.
Yeah, like I don't like that bloated feeling. If you eat something and then your stomach just feels bloated and you just feel like shit right after, like, why am I eating that?
That painful bloat is the worst. I get
That's
that bad
terrible.
if I eat. Like,
I've been
wonder
trying to eat
what
like
it is,
more.
though. If it's the like
Jesse and I will make chicken and a baked potato and like
Yeah,
a
that's
vegetable,
good.
and like it's such a good meal. Like it's so good, especially when it's like fresh and you made it yourself. So of that, and like in the morning, I try to always have at least 2 eggs with like toast or something because I feel like that.
See, I won't do the toast now.
I feel like I
bagel or
need it,
anything.
especially when I work out. Like if I'm gonna do a leg day, like I need those carbs.
I just struggle through, push through.
I can't.
I
My
have
energy
to.
will be so bad.
I don't see a change. Like I'm trying to see a change, and that's like I work out so hard that it has to be the diet. And
That and then no more glasses of wine.
yeah,
you can cut that out.
Alcohol can mess you
It's
up,
so
man.
much-
I can, and we haven't been drinking lately at all. Yesterday I went out with Deb, so we had some drinks, but I don't usually.
So yeah, I haven't been drinking that much. For last night I went out, I had some drinks.
If you can completely cut that out, then you will see
I don't
a
know if
much
I can
easier
completely.
change.
What's the point of living if you have to cut everything out? Like
I don't
think
think
once
you
in a
need to cut
while,
everything out.
wine is tough.
Well, I think if you want to do it in a really easy way, it's like leave one day where you can kind of eat what you want.
Yeah.
Like how people have their cheat
Yeah,
days on
that's
Sundays.
why I was focused.
You can't live like
I
a
drank last
robot
night. I'm like,
forever.
go to the gym, go to the gym, go to the gym, and that's why I didn't come here. I was on my way.
Is that if you're gonna drink, try not to also cheat like on your diet at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did good yesterday with that. We just ate protein. So
Yeah,
we're
it's
fine
like
with
when
that.
people take a bunch of shots and then they like get Taco Bell and
yeah,
pizza
and then bread
the same
and,
night.
Oh, we did have French
we used
fries.
to drink and then they would order like a whole bunch of McDonald's. And it's
Yeah.
like
Dude, I would
3 a.m.
smash. Literally, there was like, I would have like 10 nuggets, a McDouble,
That's not even, like,
large
meat.
fry.
I don't even know what that is.
But honestly, it would make me feel better the next day because I wouldn't feel as
You have
sick.
some kind of food in your
It soaks
system.
it all up.
But like 8 shots of tequila and then a massive McDonald's
Ugh.
meal. Ugh.
Yeah, that's a
I'd
good
be-
way to bloat like a tick.
Yeah.
I would literally be like sick for 2 days if I did that now.
I'd be sick for 2 months if I did that now. McDonald's
Like
alone.
I said somewhere recently, I was like, yeah, I don't drink like that anymore, or like I can't drink like that. Like I'm just something about how I don't drink anymore like that, which I don't. And someone was like, what are you talking about? Like, we've all seen those videos and whatever else. And I'm like, I'm saying anymore. Like that was like 2 years ago, 3 years ago that I was drinking like that. Like I literally physically cannot drink like that anymore. I can have 1, maybe 2. If I have 2, I'm gonna feel like next day.
One thing that I noticed with YouTube stuff that people don't realize, especially when you like meet them in person and stuff, and in the comment section everywhere, I guess, is when people see you a certain way online, they think that you're that way forever. So like 10 years could go by and they're still like,
Oh yeah.
oh, because when I met those girls,
Yeah.
they were saying, and when I met them at Kate's apartment, they were saying, oh yeah. I mean, you know how it is. You party like we do. And I'm like, I don't really do that anymore because you probably watched those videos like 4 years ago.
Right.
When we were doing it all the time for the videos.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like, it gets stuck in their head where it's like, that person's the same kind of person. It's like when you see like a TV character and you're like, always see that, then you see that actor as like that TV character forever. And like half the reason that we were drinking that much and going all crazy was for the video.
Yeah, it was like
we
for
would not have been
content.
doing that if we weren't filming.
No.
Like I wouldn't have been like, hey guys, let's go like take 10 shots of tequila and be
because
idiots.
we knew it would be like funny content if we all were like hammered. So we were like,
Yeah.
why not? Let's just do it.
Yeah,
Oh my
exactly.
God, there were some crazy times.
Literally.
Yeah. I mean, it was worth it because it.
A lot of it is
who else
really
can say
funny.
that they did wild like that
Yeah.
Right.
and have and then captured it on camera. Like one day when we have kids and stuff, they're gonna watch these videos and be like, "You guys were nuts."
Well, how do you think I feel? I never thought that my kids would grow up to be doing YouTube videos and I'd be drinking 10 shots of tequila with them and peeing
Dude, you
on a
would get
bus and
hammered.
like
Bus with a
falling
fucking
all over the
stripper
place.
pole.
Dude,
And
mom would be like freaking passed out asleep on the bus. I literally have
I think I was
photos.
passed out on Cory.
I remember driving back a few
Remember that?
times and looking around. I had like my camera in my hand and I was looking around. Everyone's like, and we're just like on this bus and everything's
Disgusting.
silent. And I'm like, we're driving back from like DC or something.
Ugh.
I'm like, oh my God.
It was fun. They were,
it was
fun
fun.
times.
There was some
And then at
moments
one
that were
point, I don't know if
awesome.
we got this on film, but everyone had to pee and we couldn't stop because we were on a highway. So there was
Yeah, that was when we all peed on the bus in the trash can.
yeah. Well, no. There was a sink, a drainage sink, and I think it drained
Ew.
outside the.
It wasn't
like,
a sink. It was like an ice holder.
It was, yeah, but it had
But
a
it
drain at the
drained.
bottom.
Yeah.
So
Somewhere.
So I think like Dev or somebody started peeing in the ice drainage thing, and I was like, another time there was no
So
drainage
sick.
thing. We were in a limo and everyone had to pee, so we had to pee in a bottle, and then people were.
I don't think I was in that one.
We were putting it
I
out the
wasn't in
window,
that.
and then at one point it was blowing like back into the car.
Ew.
Ew, I was not there for that one.
Oh God, it
so
was so
gross.
fucking bad.
Oh
I
my
remember the time
God.
that Claudia almost died. Almost got impaled by a sword.
Oh
when
yeah.
was that?
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, we were on. I think we
Right.
were going to like the Renaissance Festival or something.
And then
Oh,
the
and I
butt
brought
and
the
then like
sword.
Bus like slammed.
yeah.
Oh
and then
my
Claudia went
God.
flying and then
And there was
the
someone
sword
at a
was
fucking
there.
sword. Like,
Oh yeah. So
Was it
yeah,
Nick?
we were going to a Renaissance
Nick had
festival.
it.
but I remember catching air. Like I literally lifted up in the air and like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The limo driver slammed the
Yeah, I
brake,
saw
and
the
then
whole thing
everything
happening.
flew forward, and I just sword.
And like this
I had a
sword's
real
going
sword
like
with me.
right past Claudia's face, like and missed her like by that much. I'm like,
Oh my God.
she could have died. We could have been going to the emergency room.
Can you
That's like not a
imagine?
great idea to take a sword in a
No.
limo.
We could have been like a Grey's Anatomy episode where I come in the ER impaled with a fucking. We're all dressed like that.
We were talking about like that's the only place that you can walk around with a weapon is a Renaissance festival. You can literally walk around with a sword
Wait, was I
and
walking?
alcohol in your hand.
No, I think I left the sword in the limo
A
because
sword
I
in
was
one
worried.
hand and an
I don't,
alcohol in the
I don't
other.
think you can walk around with a sword.
You can buy them
Yeah, you
and
can
then
buy
walk
them there.
around.
They hold it for you until you leave.
I don't.
You can't just walk around with an open
I wondered
weapon.
that. I thought that.
No, I left it on the limo because I was scared they were going to say something.
Yeah.
If you can walk around, then you probably can buy them inside, but you can't bring one in.
No, that's what I'm saying. You can buy it
You buy
there.
them there. They hold it, and then you take it when you leave.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
what if you forget to go get it?
Not to be dangerous.
You're definitely not allowed. Like you cannot be drinking and walking around with a sword.
Somebody
No.
said that to me. I think it might have been Dakota thinking that you can do that
People would
because
be like,
we have tickets to go.
there'd be too many accidents.
And we were talking about that. Yeah, I know. That's what I said to her. I said, I don't think you can. She goes, or it wasn't her. I can't remember who it was. But somebody said that it's the only place.
Well,
and I
I
was like,
should
don't
start
think you
training
can.
for the rock climbing wall they have there.
It's not,
Yeah, they have.
but
It's really
not-
hard.
It is?
Yeah, they have an expert one that's hard, but if you win, you get like money or something.
You should try it. Jesse's sister probably could do it.
I think she could do it because she's definitely better than me at climbing.
Little kids were doing it.
But I climbed the other day and I haven't climbed in like 2 months, and it was f***ing hard. Like it's the kind of thing where if you don't rock
Yeah.
climb for a while and
That's
come
so
back,
funny.
you're like, damn.
He told me, he was like, I texted Brandon to work out with me. He hasn't answered yet. And I checked Life 360 and I was like, he's at some place called this. And he was like, oh, that's rock climbing.
Yeah.
He stalked you.
And then we played pickleball right after. Pickleball's fun.
I
You
haven't
should
played
try
yet.
it. I think you would like it.
It's not
okay
fun
for
when
my
you
neck.
suck.
You've only played like once or twice.
Yeah,
My
and I
head,
f***ing sucked at it.
my head won't fall off.
And there's lights were all in my
No.
eyes.
What was in your eyes?
The lights.
Oh, we played outside. We found I like playing outside.
Outside
more.
is better because you're not blinded by the.
Yeah, the lighting in the pickleball indoor places is like a little bit blinding.
Do you guys not have a court here or anything?
Yeah,
No.
but this is like a small neighborhood, honestly.
Our
It's like
driveway.
tennis.
Our driveway kind of could be a pickleball.
It's not really like tennis.
Kind of a tilt.
Why
It's-
is it not like tennis?
No, it's different than tennis.
Smaller learning curve. It's easier to pick up than tennis, and it's not as bad on your like arms.
And the arm.
You know,
it's
people
not-
get like tennis
Okay,
elbow.
have
I
to
did
run.
get that tennis elbow though.
That's crazy, Claudia. You got a tennis elbow from pickleball.
The next
One
day,
time?
we were where were we going? I feel like I forget, but me and Jesse were doing something, and I was like, my freaking arm hurts so bad, like it's like feels so like achy and whatever. And he was like thinking about it. He's like, it's from pickleball. You have tennis elbow, and I was like, oh my
Wait,
god.
so you didn't like it?
I mean, it's fun, but I didn't like. The last time we went, I like didn't love it. I feel like I really
If she
sucked
doesn't
at
love it, I probably won't love it.
I really liked it when we played outside that one time in those courts.
Oh, those
and-
courts. Yeah. We went to Walmart
definitely more
and
fun
bought
outside.
paddles, balls. And I don't know. I think it's fun. I like playing against, like Nick is really good at it now. So
Of
he
course he is.
destroys me.
Well, he's been
That's
playing
not
it for a
fun.
long time nonstop.
I like playing against people who like can destroy me in something because I feel like that's the only way I can like really improve.
Yeah, me and Jesse suck.
That's good. You guys can play against each other.
Maybe we'll
both
get
suck.
a court in our yard eventually.
You could put one in the
That
back.
would be f***ing sick.
you,
That'd be,
you have enough
they're probably
space,
so
that's for
expensive
sure.
to build.
There's one at our wedding venue, but it's made out of
You
clay.
have so much space in this backyard and you haven't done anything with it yet.
Okay, do you want to spend the money? Because it's expensive.
Yeah.
You can get a pool. We'll all chip in and
They're
build.
getting married. Let them get married
What are you gonna
first.
give? $100?
Yeah, I'll give you 100
It's like $160,000
for a pool.
to get a pool with the patio and like
Jeez.
in ground. We can't have above ground here.
You could have a whole like playground in your backyard.
Like
Pool,
James.
you could have
I don't even know if they would allow a pickleball court.
a bocce ball court. Bocce ball's fun,
Bocce
man.
ball's fun.
What is that?
That's when you throw the
it's like this
balls in
giant
there.
sand pit and you like
Yeah.
throw these balls down
Oh, they
it,
have
and
that at our wedding venue too.
yeah, that's sick. Do they have
Sand.
yeah, kind of. But you like throw it. You can throw it or roll it. It's really fun.
Do you remember
Really
that
fun.
we used to play that in New York with that one guy I dated?
Vaguely,
When I took you to New York, that's how I learned how to play it.
very, very vaguely. I was a kid, very young. All I remember about that guy was he vacuumed his floor. That's a
He didn't vacuum, mean sweep.
sweep. I meant sweep.
He didn't
Yeah.
vacuum it. That was the whole thing.
Okay, hi. So first off, I just want to say I love the vlogs and I love all your channels. I just love you guys in general, honestly. And I just have a question about fitness. Please, so I'm just wondering. Okay, so this was converted from voice to text, so this might sound weird. Please, so I'm just wondering, how do you deal with men who stare at the gym, if you know what I mean? When I say to give you the stare like that, prolonged just to... This is hard to read because it was converted. Okay, basically, what do you do with people who stare at the gym? They discourage or intimidate you. I'm at the point where I just don't even want to go to the gym anymore, but I still want to keep working out. And I really don't have any options besides the one gym in my town. So please let me know if you have any suggestions. Super appreciated. Thanks. Love you all.
Well,
Bye.
if they're really that concerned, wear like baggy sweatpants and stuff so they don't have to stare at
No, you
anything
shouldn't have to
except
change
hanging
your clothes.
But
No, what you do is
stick your butt out more.
no, look at them and stare right in their eyes and make a
Right.
face at them and go, ugh. Then they'll stop
I wouldn't
doing
do
it.
that. I would just stare back and smile.
I mean, I have one idea, but you would have to have like a brother or like a friend who's a guy. If you take them with you to the gym, no one will look at
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
It's like a weird respect thing that guys have. I'll give you a perfect example. I went to rock climbing with Kate like 2 days ago. I was with her the entire time. No one came up to her whatsoever. I left for 15 seconds to
Yep,
go get
I
my
believe it.
shoes that were on the other side of the place. And I came back and some old guy was trying to like coach
I
her
believe it.
of how to climb the wall. I'm like, that quickly? Like,
Yep.
that's insane. Like, if you went there by yourself as a
Yep.
girl, people would just constantly keep coming up to you.
Yep.
Trying to like be a knight in shining armor to try to help you out.
Yep.
And they're actually just want to sneak into your pants.
Ew.
Yep.
but that's the way of
No, I will say,
that's life.
luckily,
My advice is I don't think there's any. What I've come to realize is I don't know if you can avoid it.
No, you have to not. The thing is you literally can't avoid it. You have to not be, or at least fake not be intimidated by it. Like, it might be intimidating. You might hate it. Might make you feel gross. Like, no matter how long you go to the gym,
have to own
it still feels disgusting if someone's staring at you and you don't want them to be. You have to either look them directly in the eye and make it known that you see them, or
do the complete opposite. You can do the complete opposite.
No, because no matter what, you're gonna feel them looking at you.
Not too many people come up to me in the gym.
I mean, I've had times
because you probably look serious.
I probably scare the out
people
of them.
never come up to me because they seen Jesse there with me before, so they know.
Oh,
people don't come up. I have my earbuds and I'm just like not super friendly. I just focus.
Here's one of the options. Okay, yeah. So here's one of the options. If you are in the gym and you look really confident and you look like you know what you're doing and you have your headphones on and you're focused, people won't want to come up to you because they'll feel like they're bothering you. But if you look like a deer in the headlights who's super confused and like, what do I do? Then some guy's gonna come up to you and be like, I'll help you out there, baby.
I mean, every once in a while, you'll still have
that's
somebody.
literally what they do. Guys look around for people who look confused.
Yeah, but
and
also
if it's a confused, attractive girl, they will go right up to them. They're like, there's the opportunity.
I feel like also at the gym, naturally everyone kind of just does look at everyone around them because everyone's thinking the same thing. Is someone looking at me? Is there anyone like attractive nearby? Because there's people that go to the gym and they want to meet someone there. So you can't take it personally when someone's looking unless they're like full blown staring at you, being creepy, making
it's
faces.
a compliment.
But you have to just understand, like, everyone's looking at everyone just the way that you're looking around, seeing people look at you.
Right.
They might think that you're looking at them. So it's like, you kind of just have to either like stay in your own world, put on your music, do your workout, and not give a single what anyone around you is doing or what they think. And I understand that's hard to do because like even now, if I don't go to the gym for a while, I go back and I'm like, ugh, I don't want to be around people. I don't want to look at people. I don't want people looking at me. But you just really have to like focus and not worry about anyone else around you because, you know, you're there doing what you're supposed to be doing at a gym. And eventually you'll get more used to being around so many people when trying to work out. I mean, it's a really weird thing if you think about it. Like we're all doing weird ass motions in a facility.
Well, sometimes I think about it. I'm like, if you go into a gym, it's like a bunch of like, you know, how peacocks like spread their feathers out to try to like mate. It's like a bunch of like just humans in a gym, like trying to like show off to each other.
It is a very bizarre thing if you think about it. There's the
vanity part of it and then the actual like health working out part. And I think right now the vanity part is stronger in our like gym culture than the actual workout part.
But also if you think about it, there's nothing else that is like the gym where you go and literally like pick things up and put them down and like squat, like you get under a metal machine and squat. Like it's really weird if you think about it.
What's crazy, it's crazy that I was talking to Jesse about this, but like way back in the day, you obviously didn't need a gym because you would just go do that in nature. Like you go like hunt for food or you go like pick berries or whatever. Or you go build a house and you got to actually pick things up and you're like, you're doing those motions naturally. But now because people are sedentary, you have to like go to a place that's specifically for picking things up a certain way.
It's so weird.
Imagine sawing down a tree.
Sometimes I think about it and I'm like, we are all like in this public place, like wearing specific clothing for it and like literally like using metal machines to like look better. It's so weird. It really is.
Well, I think the cool part about it is definitely like how it is kind of an art form though, where you do those weird things and you can like sculpt yourself and it's the only way to do it unless you get surgery.
Amazing.
There's no other way to do it.
It is really crazy.
It's very cool that
I love it. Like it is like gives you like a sense of especially for people like us that like we don't have to go into like a office or like a job every day. It's like it gives you like a sense of community and being around other human beings that are like enjoy the same thing as you. Otherwise I feel like I would quite literally go insane just like being home and not having anything to do.
Like people in general, human beings, like to have control of something, it's literally the only thing you can have control of. Like you don't have control of anything in the world that's going on, but you have control of how you can mold your body and eat food. Like you can do what you want to do to your body.
Well, I like the challenge associated with it. I kind of like that there's so many temptations and it's so easy to not do it. And it's so easy to just eat it. It makes it kind of fun knowing that it's a challenge.
Yeah.
Because
you feel so much better.
What if everyone just like everyone just looked perfect without having to do anything.
I mean,
Yeah,
that would
there'd
be
be
cool
no
too.
fun.
It would be boring.
Actually, that'd be really cool.
No, it wouldn't. No, Mom, you
Yeah, it
no,
would.
no. Then what?
No, there'd be no purpose.
I'd focus more
I
on my
understand what he
art.
means, like having the purpose of going to like a gym and like it's like a reason to get up and get motivated for your day and be like, oh, like I want to do this. Like, you know, when you get into something new or like you find a new hobby or like you're like, you want to try eating healthier or something and you get like this motivated feeling. You're like every day, like I want to do this and I want to do this. And it's like making you feel good and like put together. Like we wouldn't have that if we didn't have like the option of going to the gym and like, you know what I'm saying? Does
Yeah, I
anyone
know
else
what
get
you're
that?
saying.
For a lot of people, the gym is their only outlet for discipline.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is like the ultimate control over yourself.
That and like diet,
yeah.
like what you eat.
Yeah. But anyway, if you don't like going to the gym because guys look at you, the first thing I would say is just overall approach everything with confidence, wear headphones and
Wear a hat so your
ignore
eyes
them.
aren't looking
Don't
everywhere.
make eye contact because they'll think you're like weirdly flirting with them because they misread things. And if they do come up to you, just be polite, but don't really enter too far into a conversation. Like keep things like surface level with the conversation so you can just get back to your workout, but keep looking like you're confident and you're in the middle of doing something. And they'll realize that and they won't bother you if they see that you're actually doing something. So just be strong in that regard. Dress the way you want, I would say. Like, I don't know. If you really don't want them to look at you, wear sweatpants and like a sweatshirt. But at the end of the day, you should be able to dress the way you want.
I think you should dress for what makes you happy when you look in the mirror.
because you want to like be motivated when you're looking in the mirror working out, not like uncomfortable and hot and sweaty and feeling like you can't take anything off.
Exactly. The last thing I would say is if you do have a guy you can go with who, like a brother or a friend or anyone who you trust, guys will not come up to you no matter what. So that's like a safeguard that works every single time. Another thing is you don't have to go to the gym every single time. You could probably do stuff at home too. And there's other activities that you could probably do. But yeah, I think a lot of it just comes down to the confidence thing.
Yeah.
They won't bother you if you look like you're... It's like when you're in a new place, like a foreign country. If you look like you're intentionally going to do something and you look like confident,
Well, if you
no
look
one will
like
say
you need
anything.
help, then maybe you're trying to help you.
Well, if you look like you're completely like lost and out of place,
People
You just
still
have to
ignore
act
me.
start
like
looking
you have
at
to
you.
act
If
like
I
you
look
know what you're
lost,
doing.
people
That's
you
it.
have
still
to act
ignore
like you know
me.
what you're doing.
Even if you don't, because there's been times where I'm like, how do I work this machine? But you just like keep to yourself. Don't look around like, oh, is someone gonna come save me?
Do you know how many times that I did not know what I was doing and nobody helped me? Like,
Yeah.
I just look like I'm a f***ing idiot, not knowing. I'm just looking around like, is somebody gonna like come up and nobody.
Mom, you go
I
to
just
the
have to
gym.
figure it out or I leave it.
Your gym isn't very crowded during the day. Like if you go to like Padonia or something, the people there are way more social than
I
they are
did
at your
have a
gym.
woman come up the other day when I was
that.
doing the lever thrusts, because that's a weird machine. And I had earphones and everything when she was like, and I'm like, oh my God, this lady, what does she want? But she just wanted help. She was just like, I've always seen this. I never knew how to use it. So I showed her how to do it and everything.
That's nice stuff.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
felt
this
good.
one girl, there was the one young girl one time I was at the gym on the Smith machine doing like a workout, and she came over and she was like starting to use it, like setting it up, and she was like, can you show me like how to do this? And it was like the best feeling, and I like taught her basically, because it was what I was doing too, like next to it, but I guess she just like wasn't sure how to use it yet.
Yeah. I think
And
one of my
I
favorite things
showed
is
her.
helping people. That's why I used to teach it.
I know, she was sweet.
You know, helping people, and then they do it and you're watching, and you know, they're doing it because you taught them how to do it. It's cool.
Yeah, I've helped a few younger kids in the gym who just look super confused, and then they'll come up and be like what like workout are you doing, this or that, and then I'll kind of help like coach them through it a little bit. But
Yeah, so you
that
can always
is
add.
nice.
That's the thing too, is like when you're at the gym, that's one good thing is like everyone there for the most part would be probably willing to help you if you don't know how to do something.
Yeah, that is
So
true.
like if you are feeling like nervous and like not confident about using something,
Yeah,
just ask someone
exactly.
nearby like, oh, do you know how to use this? Would you mind
You
showing
know what's
me?
really funny, when she talked to
this
me
one's
right
good.
before she asked me how to use the machine,
do one more.
and when I was looking at her, just by her look, I was like, she has this mean look, like it's just resting bitch face, and I was like, she's probably so mean.
Ew.
And the lady who asked me, and then all of
Oh.
a sudden she asks me this question, and like this sweet voice came out of her, and I was
Yep.
like shocked.
You always think that until you talk to someone. You just never really know how they are.
Yeah, I was like, wow, she's different than I thought.
Okay, next.
Okay, next one. Okay, Hey guys, here's a good one for you. I'm 24, my boyfriend's 25, and we've been dating for over 6 months. We've been friends for years. He really loves me and overall is wonderful and a wonderful boyfriend. I've noticed his obsession with his Instagram. He's not an influencer, but he's a public account and every single thing we do gets posted on it. He also posts me a lot, which I always thought was cute, and he says that he wants to show me off to people. He also tries hard to show off his life in the most luxurious way possible, even if it's not. One time after our date, I come back home to his story to find a photo of me. I noticed something weird, something different, but I don't know what it is. I don't remember that this time I had asked him to airdrop everything to my phone before I went home. So I find the original photo and compare it to the story and realize that he photoshopped my face. Not just to make me look prettier, but he made my nose smaller, my lips bigger, and my cheeks smaller, so he changed my features. I was absolutely speechless. So I've confronted him about it, and at first he denied it and called me crazy. Then I showed him proof, and when he realized he couldn't lie more, he admitted that he had changed my face but couldn't explain why he did it. He's a 25-year-old man. He was in tears of apology and saying that it's the worst mistake of his life, but I can't help but see him as immature, image obsessive teen and not a man. I'm losing my respect and want to end it. What do you guys think about this? Love you, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.
I think she knows in her gut. That's bad.
That's pretty wild, honestly.
Well, my question would be like, who is he trying to impress on Instagram?
Well, he's not an influencer, but it sounds like he wants to be one.
Well, and it's not just that, but it's like I feel like there's people who want to portray their life to maybe people that they went to high school with or just anyone else that they know is watching or on their Instagram to be like this glamorous, perfect thing. But for him to be changing your face, that's something I've never experienced. That is horrible.
That's not good.
I think he's using you to help kind of build out his persona and ego. So he's looking at you more so as an object than an actual person based on what you said. So he just sees you as just a piece of vanity that he can add to his Instagram account. Just like he would have like a look at this cute little puppy that I got.
Oh, that's so not good.
My thing,
that's kind of how it is though.
My thing would be, this is probably exactly what I would do if I was in this situation. I would say either you step away from your Instagram fully because it's not your income, it's not your job, like you're literally just using it to show off. So you need to put it down for a while and like focus on reality and what's in front of you, or you need to step away from him and let him figure things out for himself.
Because I don't think he's going to change. Like, you can't change somebody. He needs to do that naturally on his own.
It's not really about that. It's kind of more about drawing boundaries. Like, you do have to say, like, if something's bothering you and you haven't spoke your mind about it, then how is he going to know that it's bothering you?
You can speak your mind, but I don't think that you can control somebody from doing something. They're probably going to want to go right back to it. It's like a kid. You tell them not to do something and they want to do it even more.
Yeah, but that's not necessarily true.
What?
Because
I think that people change when they're forced to, and bring it up to him and like say
if he cares about her enough, because me and Jesse went through this when we first started dating, so that's how I know that it can help. Obviously, he did not change my face on something, but he was very invested in posting everything on the internet, vlogging everything, and I told him this isn't going to work between me and you if you can't live life with me outside of needing to film every trip we go on and everything. And he made a massive change. Like, he does not do that anymore, and it helped our relationship. Like, from the moment I mentioned it to him, like, that was that. And I think if someone cares about you enough and they care about how you feel and they know that something is really upsetting you or it's bothering you or it's taking away from your relationship, and it's either you or that thing that's creating the issue, then they may be willing to put it down. And he really
had the conversation.
How many times do you think you need to bring it up before it just becomes too much?
In
you
my
think just
opinion.
once?
I think like once or twice. Yeah, like if it's once and it stops a little, but then you notice he's doing something maybe that's bothering you, you mention it again and kind of say like, this is gonna be it, like I can't be with you if this is how things are gonna be. And you know, you make it very clear.
I just think everybody's different.
Well,
so like I didn't have those experiences that she had where she told Jesse that.
Well, here's another thing too. It's like Jesse and Claudia, for instance, like she told him that, but they also happen to be in the same industry. So it is easier to have things in common with each other and then understand, oh, this person's like posting this picture because it's part of what they're doing for the job, because I do the same thing too. And then you can also have that like separate, okay, let's just block it all out. But here's the problem. Like, let's say that your boyfriend really wants to be somebody popular on Instagram and he's starting out from square one. It's going to take a while to build that up. And then you're going to have to keep dealing with that. Let's say that you don't care at all. Like, let's say you don't care to grow a big Instagram. You use it because you like taking pictures and you like showing it to your friends and family. Those are two very different types of people. And it's going to be very hard for those two people to be compatible who are in completely different. So there's like you got to think about that too, because
there's so many more details that we would need to that scenario to actually understand it.
If you can get down to the root of it for real with him and find out really why he's doing it, and get the truth out of him, which would be kind of hard because he might not even know. But if it's communication,
that's true.
Figuring out the root of the problem.
No, you have a good point. Like, this is what's happening on the surface, but what's the reason he's doing it?
What's the main reason?
It's all about communication. Like, you have to talk to him. You have to understand like what is going on in his head. And if he doesn't even know and he's not telling you, which he does know,
then get him a therapist.
He fucking knows. If whatever he's doing, he's trying to impress someone. He's trying to show off to people.
He could just be young and be like,
in his head.
Everything that he sees is other successful guys on social media, and he's like, I want to be like them too. And he's trying to do what he can to try to be like that, but he might have just not learned enough.
That's if he's even trying to do that. She's saying like he might not even be trying to create a career on social media. Maybe he just like literally is trying to show off to people he knows from his past.
Yeah, well, he's got to admit that. And like you think he knows, but I think that some people that young, like sometimes they don't really know, and they have to think about it and they have to learn themselves and figure out like why am I doing that?
I don't know.
She said he was in tears, so he felt bad unless that was fake.
Could have been. It could be guilt. It could be guilt that he did that, and like. You just never know. There's so many things that can go into it that like you just have to communicate. And if it's not working out and he's not receptive of you, then like goodbye.
Yeah. And as far as how many times, like she's only going to know that. Like
you have to gauge that.
You'll know in your heart. You'll know inside. You'll just know.
But if your gut's telling you that it's something's bad and you don't want to be in it anymore, then that's your answer.
Right.
I just think it's so crazy that like social media it exists now, and it only existed for the past like 10 15 years or whatever, and now it's so many relationship problems and like interpersonal problems and all this kind of stuff are usually directly associated with it.
I know,
it's like the main thing that people are always like, this person's doing this on social media, like, is that okay, is that good, or is that bad? Like a lot of the questions we get on here are about like relationship stuff and social media.
Well, that's what makes the world go round, both of those things.
But if it wasn't social media, it would be something else. So.
Yeah.
Or people just wouldn't know.
What were the problems back then that people were having with relationships and technology?
Just straight up cheating.
I mean,
like mom.
Yeah. People probably didn't know because there was no like evidence.
Phone cheating.
I mean, the same type of thing. But
I feel like
back
you could
then
be
it
way
was
more
chats.
sneaky.
No, it's AOL chats and stuff like that. And MySpace, like
but no, that wasn't when you were really young. When you were like
really young.
What about when you were a teenager?
I gotta think.
Notes?
Yeah, it would be
because you were a teenager before the.
It wasn't
internet.
Technical stuff. No, it was little handwritten notes, and then they would slip them in the people's bags or their pockets on the way through the hallways to different classes.
Oh, really?
And we'd open up the notes and read the notes and like
kind of like that.
Yeah, it was cool. That was the communication.
Like that?
Mm.
Like,
it was cute.
Sneaking around like that?
I mean, it wasn't cheating.
Like notes,
stuff.
using notes to communicate.
Yeah, we wanted instead of like texting, it was like writing these long notes.
That's so fun.
And they would fold it up, and some girls would spray it with perfume, put it in an envelope, and then hand it.
I feel like we did stuff like that in like middle school. We didn't have cell phones.
I just wonder if people had more problems back then or now.
Definitely now.
With like relationships and stuff.
I think it's all the same, but. I mean, I think there's always problems. I just think social media causes another level of issues.
Yes, but also
more
I feel
complexity.
Like people are a lot more like found now because of the information you can find on social media.
Yeah.
Like people are more self-aware. They know about things more. They know what to look out for, what to avoid. Yeah. So I feel like it can go like
many more people have spirit guides now. That's what they say.
Yeah, but also I feel like there's many more
has a spirit guide.
Many more people that aren't willing to put up with people like back in the day, I feel like people just like put up with it because they didn't know any better. And now it's like you can see good, healthy relationships on social media, or at least what people show, and then kind of know like what you want in someone. I don't know. I just feel
You
like
also have a larger pool of options, so you can not tolerate stuff.
yeah, you cannot put up with people.
Yeah.
I do think it's hard because of that, though, if you're finding people through social media, to find people that are genuine.
Yeah.
Because people who are less genuine are more likely to reveal everything on social media.
Yeah. I mean,
in most cases.
Rarely lately I believe anything on social media anymore.
Because if the genuine person is not doing it for like work reasons, for example, or to show something creative, why would they do it at all?
Just because it's like a memory bank, I guess.
Why not keep the memory bank in your phone camera roll?
I don't know. I feel like people, if you're not doing it for like for social media, like money wise, people still have like friends and family that they like to show things to.
That's different. I'm talking about how she was saying like the public.
Photoshopping someone's face, there's no reason to do that.
Well, I'm just saying the public thing in general. Like if you're not doing it because you're not promoting something, like showing off your creativity or your art in some way,
no,
or
I think
doing
that's
it for a
because
job.
I think that's strictly because regardless of if you have a following on social media, you probably have 100 to 1,000 followers of people you know, people you went to high school with, people you previously dated, people that you know from going out, from the gym, whatever it is, people that are actually people you know in real life. And you're trying to show off to them. Like that guy is probably trying to show off to whoever it is that's following him. I don't know who his target person is that he's trying to impress on there. If it's a group of people, if it's people he went to high school with and he wants people to think he's better than them now. Like there's so many reasons why people might be doing that.
God, I hated that. I remember when I was dating around and I would
that's
see
what I'm talking about for
social media.
dating.
God, I hated that.
Yeah, like how do you like?
It's hard.
That's
I hated
hard.
it. I remember that I had specific rules that I'd look at their Instagram, number one, if they had one. If they didn't have one, I didn't even want to be with them or go on a date because I'm like, who doesn't have anything at this point? You have a Facebook, you have an Instagram, you have something. Otherwise, you're just hiding from the world or from something or from her, from another girl. But the other thing is once they do have the Instagram and I look it up and I stalked them, if they were like with too many groups of friends in every single picture, I'm like, okay, this person's just like wants to look cool because they're constantly in groups. If it's somebody that's completely by themselves and was always taking like high angled pictures, I'm like, okay, that's not really them. They just want to look a certain way in there. I like had my like different lists that I would check off back then. Now it doesn't matter. Now I don't care.
So what's like the perfect person in that case?
There was no perfect person. I think if they posted something that looked natural with a couple friends here and there, and the next one was like a selfie of themselves and like doing, unless they're like doing modeling or something like that. Because if it's a model, then you're going to have all these modeling pictures. So whoever that like their personality is has to match their social media in a way, if that makes sense. But it has to look legit and genuine. Like it couldn't be like, I don't know, like, I don't know. It just has to match.
The whole like,
and I would get a feeling.
The whole like virtual dating thing is really tough. I don't know.
I was pretty good at reading them because then when I would go meet them, they'd be like exactly what I thought.
Yeah, but I've seen people on social media and I perceive them a certain way in my head, looking at them just virtually, and then I meet them in person and I'm like, that is not what I thought they would be like. People are, and it could be in a better way, like they're better in person than they I perceive them on social media,
or worse.
Well, yeah, because maybe the portrayal they're putting out on social media is not what they actually are in person, and they're doing it in a bad way. Like they think it looks good, but it actually just looks terrible to everyone else. But you meet them in person, you're like, oh, they're not a bad person.
Well,
they're
it's
just
funny
whatever.
because
how they portray themselves on social media is not actually them. Yeah, when you meet them,
when she dates, she FaceTimes. She makes them FaceTime her because she'll look at their.
That's smart though.
Yeah, because she said otherwise it's a waste of time.
I don't like FaceTiming random people.
I would hate it. But she said,
oh my god, one time I did that. I FaceTimed this. Oh my gosh, I think we were doing it like just for fun, just to see. But I think this guy I might have matched with on like a dating app, and then we FaceTimed him. And when I tell you this man, we both froze and couldn't speak because he looked nothing like he did.
I believe
his
that.
photos must have been 10 years old. This man looked like an old man when he answered the phone.
I believe it.
I literally was like, I like froze, and he was like, ew, it gave me the weirdest feeling.
He was probably hoping it was the same.
No, I think I hung up. I was like, oh, I have to go or something. And I hung up because I literally couldn't speak. I was speechless.
I remember during COVID, I FaceTimed somebody for the first time and we got along pretty well. And we both like decided to go put our phones down and go make a drink and come back. And we like drank together, we like cheers the screen. And it lasted like 2 hours. Yeah, it was fun. We had a good time. And then we ended up in an argument at the end of the 2 hours. Yeah, because he was a DJ or something and he thought that I was filming him for our social media stuff.
What
that
the fuck?
And I'm like, no, dude, it's not a prank. And he like, I was like, okay, never talk to him again.
So just really paranoid.
He got real. I think he left and did drugs, and then came back.
Oh, yeah, and started,
that's
like,
what I think. 'Cause
tweaking.
I was literally watching his personality change in the 2 hours. I'm like, he's not the same person that he was when he answered.
That's the best way to get to know somebody. Have a 2-hour conversation
I was
with
done.
them.
I was like, oh, thank God I didn't meet him in person.
Yeah. Thanks for
See you
listening.
later.
We love you guys.
Bye,
We'll see you next
guys.
time. Peace. Have a good week.